Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today's video is how not to up your interview with a talent agency. It's funny because this is an article that a friend of mine, his name is Christian Alexander, he is a well-known director of a model agency here in Miami, Front Management. And he's also very well known for his rants, but he's a nice person. The thing is that his rants hold a lot of truth, and he originally wrote this article, which I found super interesting because what it says to some of you who wants to be a model, to take into consideration for your career and for the good and the benefit of your career. So with his permission, I adapted an article on my blog, and now I'm creating this video for you guys. So let's get started. All right, so let's get started. As I already told you, the original article wasn't written by me, but I adapted it, and I have the permission from Christian Alexander to share this knowledge with you. So I'm gonna go through it. Basically, he was ranting, how models behave in a very disrespectful way when they go to talent agencies, and the pet peeves that he has when it comes to interviewing potential models, people that are thinking on modeling, and people that he would be considering to sign with his agency. So just to get started, of course, everybody gets nervous, going to an interview, and especially in this industry, because you're putting yourself on the line. As a model, you really, when you go to digitals and all that stuff, ladies, you have to be in a bikini, so you're very vulnerable, and you're putting your body on the line, your image, physical image, to get some kind of validation, just in the hopes of being signed as a model and working as a model for different brands. So these are some things you have to take into consideration, because although we're all nervous when we go to interviews, sometimes people act in a very rude way, towards these people, towards the agents. So literally, how not to F up. Here we go. So first, agencies have a height requirement, and that has been changing, and I'm very thankful that we're living in these amazing times when diversity, it's taking the headlines, and when basically all of us are having opportunities. I'm not saying that I'm going to turn into a model tomorrow, but there is more diversity. It is not the old image of the super totally thin, almost to the point of disappearing model that used to be years ago. However, agencies have a kind of clientele, and they have some requirements. That is high requirements. So please, the first thing, don't go lying, acting like the agents are just started doing what they're doing. They really know their stuff, and remember, they see people every single day in the hopes of being models, so they kind of can eyeball your height or anything. So you say you're 6'1" when you're really 5'9", they know. And if you're considered for signing with the agency, they're gonna measure you. So if you said you were 6'1" and in reality you're 5'9", and they measure you, guess what? That doesn't give you a good image. You started the relationship already lying. Bad thing. They also with that required a legal ID, so all the information is gonna be out there. So be transparent. Let them know what your real height is, weight, everything, all your measurements, because they're gonna do that for you anyway, and truth will come out. So that is the first one. Agencies have a requirement. Two, please don't come with a boyfriend or girlfriend to hold your hand through the process. Just think about it. You wouldn't do that in a regular interview, right? Hey, I'm interviewing for this new job, and by the way, this is my boyfriend or girlfriend, and here I am. I am the perfect candidate. It's a parallel. Of course, this is an industry that doesn't work like corporate, but in a certain way, you have to think corporate, right? I mean, it's your image. The only exception to this, yeah, and that is true now that I see it here on my computer, is unless you are under the age of 18, underage. If you're underage, of course, you're going to come with a guardian or your parents, anything like that. Other than that, there is no reason why you should be walking with someone to the agency, even less with someone who is like your partner. It just doesn't make you look so professional. Third, you are allowed to ask questions. That is fine. I mean, just like a regular interview, let us know if you have some questions about this. Hey, what kind of clients do you have? What can I expect from you? Really, like real expectations, all of that stuff, but don't overdo it until you get signed. One thing is, let's see what it says here. Some people try to get personable with agents before even getting signed. Yeah, I mean, this is not, Mr. or Mrs. Congeniality kind of thing. This is not, yeah, just don't, just be personable, but don't overdo it. Don't try to, learn all about the life of the people at the agency, because you're gonna get to know them really well through the time when you're signed, and you're gonna be able to ask many more questions. It becomes a very close relationship once you get signed. But other than that, don't overdo it. Just be yourself. Just be your real self. This one made me laugh. Please don't cake on the perfume. Yeah, just be mindful. Some agencies are very small. The offices, they handle a lot of models, but the role of the people at the agency is to be bookers. They are booking you jobs. They're on the phone, on social media, on their emails, answering, information, gathering information for the models. So they don't need a huge space. So if you, and some people are very sensitive. So if you come, all in perfume and all that stuff, what you're doing is making yourself a distraction. Creating a distraction, so they're not going to focus on who you are, but on how terrible you smell or how strong the smell is. So that's that. Number 5, chewing gum or having your headphones in your ears is a huge disrespect. This shouldn't come as a surprise, but it happens. It just makes you look not professional. Again, we just go back to that. Just look professional. I mean, give them your full attention, because believe me, if you're signed with the agency, you would want them to have the full attention on you and your career, on the requests that are coming to hire you. So if you're doing all that stuff, you're gonna get people upset. Number 6, tackiest line on the planet is, drum roll, everyone else has told me growing up that I should be a model. Please don't use America's Next Top Model as a reference, because the show is all smoke and mirrors. So, hey, we all have dreams and hopes, and it's funny the way he puts it here. But yeah, I mean, the industry is separated from entertainment. It is a very serious business, and we all take it as such. We have fun. There's a lot of stories that happen, but hey, at the end, it's just a business. And TV programs like America's Next Top Model, unfortunately, are created to entertain people. Yes, they hold a little bit of reality, but in the end, they are just created to entertain. So many situations are modified or influenced in a way that to make it more appealing to the audience. Okay, so just bear that in mind. And everyone else, the line, he puts it here as the tackiest line on the planet. The thing is that it's a cliche, and I mean, all of our moms, they love us for who we are, no matter what. So they're gonna think we are the cutest, most beautiful person in the world. That doesn't mean you are model material, okay? The industry doesn't have really like a standard, but there are some underlying guidelines on what the type of people certain brands work with, and the type of work you can do depending on what kind of image you have. All right. So, okay, that's number 6. Number 7, be prepared just in case the agent wants to take digitals. And this is actually a great thing because that means that they're really considering you for signing with the agency. So just come prepared. Come with very nice clothes and everything, nothing over the top, and or not too revealing either. But at the same time, girls should have a swimsuit with them or clean underwear in case they want to take the so famous digitals, which are just the base of your portfolio, just to show clients who you really are and how you really look. Also, a pair of heels in case you have to strut for the office and do a video. They want to see you walking. Maybe they're considering you for shows, to walk on shows, or walk for designers, anything. So, just a nice pair of heels. Just a standard nude color or black pair of heels. Nothing too flashy, just something normal. Will help you. All right. So come prepared. Number 8, don't criticize your own pictures as we are looking at them or they are looking at them. This is very important and take it into consideration. Sometimes you want to show that you're humble, but if you start doing these things, you're actually coming as the opposite, not as humble. You're actually projecting yourself as someone who shouldn't be hired for the part, okay? Telling me you hate your pictures is a bad way to project yourself, okay? You're already placing a negative image on what might actually be a positive, So also blaming your bloatedness or out of shape body on your vacation or bad eating habits is not okay. That is not fine. You are who you are, and they are going to consider you for that, not for anything else. It says in here, why go meet with an agency if you think you're out of shape? Your first impression is everything. Look your best or don't go. Have the confidence. I know it's terrifying, but have the confidence that you're looking at your best at that point in time. Okay, so that's on that. Be gentle. Just those are the images that you're presenting. Own them. Number 9, kindness is everything. It says in here that people want to help naive, undiscovered newbies. Of course, they all make for a great story, but at the same time, it's the humbleness that we were talking about that I was saying earlier. No one wants to help a stuck-up know-it-all. Yep, be positive and upbeat. Debbie Downers are go-backs. Bye. No crying aloud, and please hold the attitude way back. Yeah, no attitude. Agencies don't like that. And you know what's happening? Remember that at the beginning I was talking about diversity and all the changes that the industry has had. Especially today, 2019, we don't want to work with people that has a terrible attitude. We spend too many hours on set. Me as a photographer, a day can be anywhere from 8 to 12 hours, on a set. And we want to spend the time with people that is fun to work with, that are focused and that work really hard. But the emphasis here will be on, people that you can have fun with. 8-12 hours, that's a long day, and if you're working with someone that has an attitude, it's gonna be tough, and it's gonna create a tough atmosphere for everyone involved. So especially today, people with attitude are being just pushed back and kind of being filtered out automatically. And number 10, the last one, is 99% of this industry is rejection. And that is not only for the models, but also for us artists, for photographers. Definitely, it is the same thing. And hey, I've been involved with people in the opera, so in the music world, it is the same thing. It's 90% rejection. So have a thick skin. Don't take offense to it. And you need a thick skin in the entertainment industry. Just because someone says no doesn't mean everyone will. Have that in mind. And also, just because they said no doesn't mean that they don't like you. Maybe you are a great person, you are fun to be around with, but you are not fit for that specific project. You are not the right fit for that agency. So what? Someone will say yes eventually if you work hard, if you work consistently, and you're persistent in your goals. Christian is saying here, I turn down about 10 to 20 people a week. Okay? That doesn't mean they're horrible or I won't see them around again. Simply means you're not the right look for that particular agency at the moment. Just next time, just make sure your approach is softer, sweeter, stronger, and shiny and new. And we love new and improved. No today doesn't necessarily mean no a second time around. So if you take it personally, maybe they were considering you for a later occasion. Maybe it's not today, but they were thinking in the back of their minds, oh my God, if this person does this or that, they would be great to sign in the future. You're not ready yet, but maybe in a few months you will. And if you take that no as an offense and you answer back with attitude, or you just storm out of the agency, they're gonna say, you know what, is that really who that person is? So I'm glad I said no the first time, and I am gonna say no the second time. So just be mindful of these tips. I think they were very useful, and they hold a lot of truth for people trying to get into the industry. I also, as a photographer, I get people that reach out to me to help them start, working on their portfolios, and I try to guide people as much as I can, and giving them some advice on how to get into the industry and what they need to do, or what I consider their image is good for. Because we all, if I think as a model or someone who would like to be a model, I would like to be a Carly Kloss, working with clients like Swarovski, and from then on, or a Coco Rocha, just doing all those high fashion editorials, working for Vogue and Harper's Bazaar, and then just traveling the world and all that stuff. But hey, maybe the looks that I have are great for regular traditional advertising, or the kind of work that we call commercial work, and maybe I could be the best fit for Coca-Cola, and just by pushing this side and not happening, I'm forgetting that, hey, maybe I'm good for this side, not for that one, and have a very lucrative and very successful career, and I would be missing on that stuff. Or hey, maybe my looks are great for skincare commercials, and I'm just focused on that high fashion, and I want to walk for Valentino, and I want to just do it in Paris. But hey, I'm not 6'1", I'm 5'10", and my face is more like for skincare because I have perfect skin, but I'm not that tall, not skinny. many factors to take into consideration. So I will just leave it at that because this is getting long, but I hope this is great advice. If you have any comments, any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you're someone who thinks you could be a model, tell me about what you think about all this advice. If you have had certain experiences with agencies and you want to share them, please, by all means, do it. We're creating this community together, okay? And I want you to share that knowledge, and I want you to share your experiences as much, because I'm creating these videos for that reason, to share my experiences, to share a little bit of my knowledge, or the little knowledge that I have, and that's it. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell, because you want to know when I make another video. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna see you next time. Thank you for watching.